Thanks for joining us for this episode of Revolutionary Minds, the Architects of American Liberty. Make sure to like and subscribe as we get started. Today we'll dive into the life of Charles Pinckney. In the tapestry of American history, there are those figures who shine quietly, influencing the course of events without the clamor of widespread fame. One such figure is Charles Pinckney, a founding father whose life and work were pivotal in shaping the United States as we know it. Let's delve into the early years of this remarkable figure, a time that molded him into the statesman he would become. Born in 1757 in Charleston, South Carolina, Charles Pinckney was not just any child. His intellect was noticeable from a young age. Imagine, if you will, a young Charles immersed in books, his mind racing with ideas far beyond his years. This intellectual hunger was nurtured by his family's deep involvement in politics. His father, Charles Pinckney Sr., was a colonial official, and the atmosphere at home was one where political and legal discussions were as common as dinner conversations. Recognizing his potential, Pinckney's family sent him to England for education, a journey that was both literal and metaphorical. It was here, amidst the grandeur of English law and politics, that Charles's perspectives were broadened. He studied law, yes, but more importantly, he observed governance in one of the world's most powerful nations. Imagine the bustling streets of London, the debates in courtrooms, the principles of British law, all seeping into the young mind of Pinckney, shaping his understanding of what governance should be like. Returning to South Carolina, a 21-year-old Pinckney did not waste time. He stepped into the political arena, a young man in a world run by seasoned veterans. Yet he was not intimidated. He had ideas, visions for the future, and a determination to make a difference. Imagine this young man, standing in the colonial legislature, his voice steady, his arguments thoughtful. This was the beginning of a journey that would see him leave an indelible mark on American history. But as Pinckney's political career was taking off, so were the winds of change in the colonies. The stage was being set for a revolution that Pinckney would not only witness, but also play a critical role in. It's this journey from a prodigious child in South Carolina to a voice of reason in a nation's struggle for independence that underpins the legacy of Charles Pinckney. As the 1770s dawned, a spirit of revolution began to sweep through the American colonies. It was a time of great upheaval, of fervent debates about liberty and governance. In the heart of this storm stood Charles Pinckney, a young man whose political career was about to intertwine with the destiny of a nation fighting for its birth. Imagine the streets of Charleston buzzing with talk of freedom and resistance. The Stamp Act, the Boston Tea Party, the intolerable acts. These were not just headlines, but sparks igniting a fire of rebellion. Pinckney, with his keen political mind, found himself drawn into the heart of this struggle. His voice, once used to debate laws in South Carolina, now echoed the sentiments of those who desired freedom from British rule. But Pinckney's commitment wasn't just in words. He donned a uniform and joined the fight. His role in the Revolutionary War, though less celebrated than his political achievements, was a testament to his dedication. He wasn't just a thinker, he was a doer. Picture him, amidst the chaos of war, fighting not just for his own future, but for the future of an entire nation. The war ended, but Pinckney's role in shaping America was just beginning. At the Constitutional Convention, he was a pivotal figure. Here's where he truly left his mark. He fought for a strong central government, understanding the need for unity in the newly formed nation. Yet he didn't forget the rights of individual states. His vision was of a balanced America, strong yet flexible, united yet diverse. This duality in his thinking was crucial in the framing of the Constitution. Let's take a moment here. How well have you been following? Can you remember the key acts that fueled the revolution, or what Pinckney's stance was at the Constitutional Convention? This interactive break is not just about facts. It's about understanding the journey, the journey of a nation and of Charles Pinckney. From the fiery streets of revolutionary Charleston to the hallowed halls of the Constitutional Convention, Charles Pinckney's journey was more than just personal growth. It was about laying the foundations of a nation that today stands as a testament to the ideals of freedom, unity, and democracy. After the flames of the Revolutionary War had dimmed, Charles Pinckney's journey shifted from the battlefield to the nuanced world of diplomacy and state leadership. His contributions during this period were as significant as they were complex, shaping not just South Carolina but also the broader contours of the young United States. In the realm of diplomacy, Pinckney's acumen shone brightly. Appointed as the minister to Spain, he faced the daunting task of negotiating treaties in a time when the U.S. was still finding its footing on the global stage. Imagine him, in the grand halls of Spanish power, tirelessly working to secure deals that would expand U.S. trade and strengthen its position. His success in these negotiations was not just a victory for American commerce, it was a statement of America's emerging influence. Back in South Carolina, Pinckney's leadership took a different but equally impactful turn. As a four-term governor, he was at the forefront of change. His tenure saw strides in educational reform. He was a firm believer in the power of knowledge and its role in shaping a prosperous and enlightened state. Under his governance, South Carolina was not just a state recovering from war. It was a state envisioning a brighter future. However, Pinckney's story, like many of his time, is marred by the dark shadow of slavery. As a slave owner, his stance on slavery was fraught with contradictions. On one hand, he saw the moral quandaries it posed. On the other, he viewed it as integral to the economy of South Carolina. This complexity is crucial to understanding Pinckney, a man of his time, embodying its contradictions and complexities. His legacy, in this regard, invites us to reflect on the challenging history of America, where ideals and realities often collided. Charles Pinckney's journey through diplomacy and governance, through successes and moral conundrums, mirrors the journey of a young nation grappling with its identity and place in the world. His story is not just a tale of achievements. It's a canvas reflecting the broader strokes of American history, its ambitions, its challenges, and its ongoing quest to reconcile its ideals with its actions. As we reach the final chapter in the story of Charles Pinckney, we turn to his lasting legacy and the intricate blend of pragmatism and idealism that defined his role in early American politics. Pinckney's political philosophy was a dance between pragmatism and idealism. On one hand, he was a practical man, understanding the nuances and compromises necessary in politics. On the other, he was driven by ideals of unity, freedom, and a strong yet fair government. This duality was reflective of the complexities of early American politics, a time when the ideals of the Revolution met the hard realities of forming a functioning, enduring nation. Imagine Pinckney in the midst of these turbulent times, balancing his ideals with the practical needs of a young country. Pinckney's impact on the Constitution was profound. His advocacy for a strong central government while respecting states' rights helped shape the framework of American democracy. In diplomacy, his achievements laid the groundwork for the United States as a growing power. His treaties and negotiations were not just about commerce, they were about asserting America's sovereignty and place in the world. But what does Pinckney's life and work mean for us today? His story is a reminder of the complexities and challenges of nation-building. It shows us that the path to a great nation is often fraught with contradictions and difficult choices. Pinckney's life invites us to reflect on our own ideals, our pragmatism, and how we balance the two in a world that is constantly evolving. As we close this journey through the life of Charles Pinckney, I invite you, the viewers, to delve deeper. Visit the historical sites that bear witness to his life, engage in discussions about his legacy, and reflect on how his story intersects with the larger narrative of America. Remember, history is not just about the past. It's a lens through which we can view and understand our present and future. So, take this story, take these lessons, and see where they lead you in your understanding of America and its foundations.